Yes, so good evening, viewer. We're going live we're going to start in a few. So in the meantime, kindly share this YouTube live channel with your networks. We are starting in the next few minutes. Our guest is on board, ready to start in a few. Our guest is on board. Huh? Ndo imeanza? Oh, haya. Good evening, viewer. We are starting in a few. If you have any questions you'd like during the show, if you have any questions, kindly type on the comment section and we will be able to ask the guest. Hello viewer, how are you doing? Nice to have you on board. All right. Hello viewer, nice to have you on board. We have our guests on board who's going to share with us on investing during COVID-19. So, my name is Violet Mbiti, and I am the convener of this show, Real Talk Show, hosted by yours truly, Violet Mbiti. And this particular talk show features or highlights the continent's most dazzling change makers who have great stories to tell about Africa. I hope you will join us as we showcase and celebrate African achievements. So during this particular time of COVID-19, it is imperative for us to get to know whether it is wise or whether it is safe to invest at this particular time of COVID-19. So joining us is Mr. Isaac Mutiso, who's an investment expert, and he's going now to tell us more about himself. So before he joins us, I'd like to read a brief profile of Isaac Mutiso. So Isaac has over a decade experience in financial services, and he has helped hundreds of individuals, groups, and organizations make investment decisions. And the other thing that we'd also like to know is that he started off as a teller at Jamii Bora Bank. He also worked as a sales executive at Setmark Properties Limited to a business unit, and he's also a current is a business manager at Saiton Investments. All right. So he holds a Bachelor of Administration degree and a Masters in Public Policy and Administration from Kenyatta University. All right. So welcome on board, Isaac. Is there anything you'd like to add that I've not mentioned?
Thank you, Violet. Actually, what you've mentioned is true and is a fact. Only that we can say that matters worth investments may be the whole organization of Africa or the Kenya by itself. It's the best side of me. So thanks again.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I'd like us to start off, and I have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask you. Yeah. So, Isaac, what is the fund strategy amid COVID-19 pandemic impact?
Yeah, sure. Violet, COVID-19 is here with us. That's one. Is there a matter of fact that we have to agree? But the question helps me think of what's the impact of the COVID right now in the investment industry or the fund managers, and what are we expecting? From my point of view, I'm expecting to see any fund manager allocating more of investments in equity at the conservative level. Again, we are looking on instructive of portfolios that now see that this is what I have at the end. The business is not very much or well doing because the point of investing is a bit slow. And with that fear in full of investment environment, what now as a fund manager can do? The fact is now is the time to reevaluate your book, your portfolio, see where do we need to allocate more of finances or not? So it's just a point of looking on how to balance between the equities and the structuring of the whole of the book that any company in the investment industry can do. So yeah, I think this well explained.
So the other question I'd also have for you is,
Yes,
is my cash safe in the bank? Is my cash safe in the bank?
that's a good question. And bearing in mind who is the regulator of the banking industry, CBK, where there is a very well laid platform and the frames and the policies of investment. I think anybody's funds is safe at the bank because they are like our Kenyan regulator is more serious and more strict. And so with this, yes, it's safe. The point that we need to ask ourselves is, am I earning an extra point from having that my funds staying at that account in the bank? Is it in my transaction account? Is it in my savings account? Is it what product do I have with the bank? So this is the point. So yes, this, your cash in the bank is much safe because every bank is well regulated. And again, at the point of opening that account with a bank, you need to do a lot of cross-checking whether where is the bank stable, is the bank listed with CPK or the regulator of that country. So that could be the most it. But the key point is most of our institutions, the banking institutions, are all controlled and well regulated, unless you go to a scheme. So yeah, your cash is safe. The point is,
All right.
my earning
All
an
right.
extra point from that. Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
the other question I have for you is should one stop saving while markets fall? Because you can hear like all over the world,
Yes.
the global market prices are falling. So
Yes.
should one stop saving?
In fact, from the investment view and the S and Y side the same, I can say when the market are doing worse, when the market are not well performing, this is the best time that somebody has now to start and or purchase a big portfolio. Why? It's because this is the time when we are seeing China, for example, it's now really ruling and buying all the stocks which majorly was in their stock market, maybe from the American countries or even from most of portfolio in Chinese stock market is now being owned by, is now being bought by Chinese. Why? Because selling of stocks is a bit cheaper now. Everyone is wanting to list because of the fear of COVID-19. So it's a point that now, as an investor point of view, you see uh, the prices of stocks are going down. So this is the best time you buy. Why? When now things goes to normal, the price will be going up. And this is the time again to sell or to trend what we've brought. There is a lot of anxiety, and we are looking what would be the effect of post-COVID. Are the stocks going to go up? And what could be again the prices? We are projecting that post-COVID, the price will go a bit higher, and so this is the best time that you need to come purchase stocks, purchase investments. May it be a fixed deposit, may it be high yield solutions, may it be equities, bearing in mind few months or that time when it comes that we are now post COVID, the price will get shoot and then it will be so good for the market, and you can now maximize by getting the profit. Yes.
All right, great. Like the present COVID-19 crisis has been
Yes.
likened now to was it the 2008 crash that happened like in the US, and it also affected other countries as well.
Yeah.
And during that crash, what happened is that now the wise people are the ones who invested during that particular time, because you found that the prices of real estate went down,
Yes.
all right,
Yes.
and stocks went down. So when the stocks went down and the prices went down, now people purchased.
Yes.
So when now the economy recovered, now the people who had invested during that particular during the 2008 crash,
Yeah.
now became even millionaires, billionaires.
Sure. Yeah.
So are you seeing the same happen at this particular period of time? That at this time of COVID-19, when the price has fallen and also real estate prices are also going down, is it the right time for investing?
Yeah. Just not when you go back and check from when this COVID started, COVID-19, mostly in our country, Kenya, that was mid to early March, that the business and the economy went bad. That is the most shops are closed, malls and every other organization, including the real estate projects. Why the government wants to, the government and even us too, we need to have the social distancing and even the fear that we had on or we have on the spread of this disease. So the business has been doing bad. It's low. The whole economy is somehow destabilized. So the point is, going today buying a piece of land in the country is cheaper. Why? Because I want to sustain my kind of life. With the loss of employment, with the business going bad, closing shops, closing our bars and restaurants. So can I release a piece of thing that I have in exchange of money that I can maintain my life as it was? Second, can I have somebody who can buy shares? Third, I want to liquidate my stock. Is it a fixed deposit and at any cost? So this is the time now when the people are in need of releasing their portfolio to for sale. This is the time if now you have something remaining, you have to run and purchase it. Bearing in mind now, things are going to be normal. Everyone would again rush to stay a brief of where he or she was at the time before COVID. So purchasing today a stock, investing today, even the investment companies are giving a very good rates. I know of several companies giving around 15%, and 18%, or even 20% prior to internal arrangements of their fixed deposit. And it could be now one of the best thing if you come in and invest, such that when the things are normal during the post-COVID, you can now sit and say, I got a benefit of investment. I got a benefit from buying a piece of a part of land somewhere when things were down and everyone was willing to release it at cheaper price. And now is the best time now I can sell back that person or that other person who had the fear of investment at now at the retailing price by that time, which is already projected to be on rise. So yes, your point is the best time now to go in.
All right, all right. So, what impact will COVID-19 have on the economy?
In the economy, actually already economy is destabilized, well, and we put it in our own economy like the Kenyan economy, where if you see the tax that the government was earning from each and everyone, there's a lot of unemployment which is happening. There is those unpaid leaves. So what comes to the unpaid leave is the government is not getting the pay you want. They were getting tax. We've closed many business. The government is spending a lot on buying the PPI, supporting other counties. Even in the policy making, the government is not. The government is spending a lot. So the point is that the economy already is spending much as it could earn, forgetting everything, including the corruption and all those things. The COVID-19 itself is a danger to our economy. And it's a time that now the government should come in a very, very good, and I appreciate that they already are, but are we up to policy making in matters bringing back the economy or sustaining the economy as it should be at least 30% or 20%? Because where we are heading to is if this COVID persists, there is no vaccine or there's no, because at the point now it's like there isn't no cure for the same, but we are looking and determining that we get a vaccine that can give us life. So we are looking that the government now should come with very good strategies on who is there. And I appreciate again the president for appointing the honorable Friend Raila, but now he's heading a team of economic recovery to the country. But is it already the economic recovery? The economy already is bad. So this team is there to look on how can we bring back the economy through these wise decisions, through maybe opening the airports, through looking some strategies that the country can base in it. And then it's a point now as a country should come and sit and ask ourselves, is what we are doing today as a country really paying us back? Is what every Kenyan doing, like, are we able to sustain our economy? And now sustaining the economy does not need you to focus on the whole economy of the country, but focus on the economy of your own home, on your own house. If your own house is okay, you can meet all the bills and you can have all the 3 meals on table, and you have your social IQ doing great, then you are good to go, because that means if that one family is safe and sound to go, the other one becomes the same, then even the country at large is there. Remember, the government is spending a lot for the safety of us as citizens. So is a point that we need now to reevaluate and ask ourselves, what impact do we have? What are we doing extra? Is it going back to agriculture that now we need? And is it the time COVID should awaken us and tell us we should stop rural to urban migration, and now have them urban and urban to rural migration, and go there to agriculture, which is doing good and which can afford to bring the economy back? Which are our key strategies that we should do? How are our policymakers coming and telling us this way to do? So it's a time that now everybody's awakening, asking themselves, most people in the government, how can we bring the economy back? And that's why you see the step that the president appointed economic recovery committee, that now they sit and come with the strategies, the policies on where the government needs to focus more. Yes.
All right. So we have a viewer, Gregory. He has a question for you. Do you foresee this crisis affecting income inequality in Kenya?
Yeah, thank you, Gregory. I know Gregory is still an investment expert. Yes, we are looking that already in Kenya, we are affected. Already this is happening, and when you go and learn the dynamics of investment and try to put them in practice, you see like where are we now being pressed by this crisis. So income inequality is happening. Why? Is though we have again to see in this sense, those who are already doing better and taking advantage of the same, they are earning the best because they have already strategized on where to invest at this time. Remember, when in investment we say, when your pocket is doing worse, it means there's somebody who is doing good on the other side. Somebody has taken much from your pocket. So the inequality will be there.
I love that.
For the time. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I love that.
I want to.
But if you see your pocket is empty.
Yeah, I want to assume Gregory has been well answered.
I hope so. I hope so. Gregory is the one who's going to inform us whether you have answered his question. He also has another question for you. So the other question that he has for you is, what would you advise a typical conservative in terms of investments during this period?
For any somebody willing to invest, is this the right time you should get these good advisors? Is it maybe it's investment advisor, maybe a financial advisor, wealth advisor? Sit down, open up, say, this is where I'm seeing myself. And personally, when you get a good advisor, a financial advisor, I know, are you conservative by the way of getting to attitude and even learning more of you? And then from this point, this person will be able to give you a wise decision based on how you can read or learn your investment portfolio. So for any typical conservative person or corporate that you want to invest, get a good advisor who can sit and go widely with the world investment companies in the country or even overseas, and then tackle them for you, give you the pros and cons of each and every one, and then from that point, it'll be best to come up with a very sober decision whether this is the best. So, but blindly don't go alone. You need to get you need to be advised on the way forward by somebody who understands the investment dynamics of this country. So that could be the best of it to Gregory. So there another question maybe from somebody else, Violet?
Yes, yes, yes. The internet kind of fluctuated.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I had to refresh.
Yes.
So, yeah. So would you kindly repeat now the statement that you have stated about what would you advise a typical conservative in terms of investment during this period?
Yeah, I said right now is the best time, but the best time matters with the advice that you get from either of your advisor. You don't go blindly to invest. You need to get such kind of Gregory who understands the dynamics of investment of the country and even over the seas, and sit down, explain, open up, and say, "This is what I have on table. This is what I'm willing to invest. May it be in the real estate? Is it equities? Is it investment? And what kind of investment?" From this point, the advisor will be in a position to invest to you and tell you, this is the sample that I've researched or I know about in the investment span of certain country. And this could be the best as per what you've come and what I may give the opinion. So as conservative investor where I'm really in fear of, could I lose my funds? What could happen in future? What are the impacts? You'll have a sober time, sober mind now to say, this is what I'm going to invest and in this company because I've really sampled the pros and cons, and this is there.
All right.
Yes.
So with regard to the earlier question that Gregory had asked, he said
Yes.
that you answered it very, very well.
Thank
So
you.
I have another question for you. I
Yes.
have another question for you. So, what impact will COVID-19 have on corporate earnings?
on corporate earnings.
Yeah.
So that is globally the corporate are not doing much good because already they've been affected, and the earnings with every corporate is trying to downsize to a number of staff and a number of projects or number of what can really sustain with this COVID-19. So there's a big impact on the same, and the happenings are not such and dangerous, and we are losing in this. So it's high time now. Any corporate should come and look is how is the Kenyan economy compared to globally. What's happening in a country like Tanzania, like South Africa? Where are we investing? As a corporate, like we take Kenya as a corporate investor, investing to a certain market, maybe out of now itself. There is an impact. Why? The airport are not working. When you go to Mombasa, the ports are not doing good. Even the movement is not good. So where am I able to sit and as a corporate and invest in or look for? So this already has been there's a big effect, and it's a time now we are looking on how can we advise corporate to come sit, evaluate, and come up with that sober strategy that keeps it in a brief compared to others. Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you for the answer. So, what does all of this mean for investors' portfolios?
This means that with this means the portfolios are not well performing. It means a very stable company that now can see beyond the post-COVID. These companies, they are there actually, and when this done, maybe Barrett will give you my contact that we can share with those who wants to invest. So companies need now to come and look on itself and say, investing, my portfolio has been in this company, the business is not doing good. What can I go on table and discuss on either post-merger, which is provided in some investment companies, either can this be stopped, either can I liquidate, which is also hard because liquidating means you're losing some earnings that you had not projected. So this will entail coming up and getting a portfolio, looking at how the company is performing, having that your personal financial advisor or investment expert come and see and advise you like this is the best time to do what? To restructure and base it in different performing and longer term business, because the most affected are short-term investments where maybe you are expecting to liquidate your funds at June, May, or April, or you are looking forward to sell that property, which now it has been bad. So it's a point you should sit, evaluate it with your financial advisor or with the expert or wealth management manager, and then say, yes, I need to structure. Yes, I need now to do further agreement and sign other contracts. So that really is the point, and as part of investment view, yes.
All right. All right.
Yes.
So, viewer, if you have any other question, kindly do so. So, what is your advice to small and medium enterprises? Should they wait till COVID-19 is over so that maybe they can start new businesses? What is your advice to them? Because at this particular time,
Yes.
there are some SMEs that have closed down.
Yes.
So, what is your answer to that question?
So just once again to note, and as a former banker, investment wise, SMEs have did for the last 3 years. They first got untwisted when it came to the point of the cutting of the interest from the CBK, from the Joroga-led team. And I can say from the cutting of the interest, the first thing which happened is SMEs, they nowhere to support them in terms of giving them favorable loan or favorable support, capital support. Now the COVID has come, and at the point, just imagine of that SME who had started a business, a new business. Maybe is it a clothing outlet? Is it a restaurant? And now the COVID has come, and you are again forced by the circumstances to close your shop down. So it's already bad. But again, I love Kenyans because Kenyans, they never tire. Everybody against the spirit. Indeed, a big number, and let's assume everyone is observing the government rules on this COVID. This SME are now saying, with all the effort, I need to open my small restaurant, my small hotel, my shop, and again try. Thing to note is, and that business people we've come to realize is, COVID is here to stay with us. Now we're looking the way how we can defeat COVID in terms of investing, in terms of going to, in terms of the businesses. So it's the best time to invest is today. Those who are motivators or motivational speakers, they say just begin. You maybe begin, and the business favors you and it goes on your way. So it's so good to have this question, and for sure, Violet, anybody should just begin, observe the lay down government policies, and start doing what we think can earn you money as so far as is legal.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you'd like to say about the loss of jobs? You see, like at this particular time, you find that hotels have closed indefinitely.
Yes.
So people don't have any jobs.
Yes.
So what can you say about it?
I had mentioned one thing when we were starting, that this is the time we are coming to think and ask ourselves, is it the best time to do? Remember, in the past years, even before us were here, there's been a wide rural to urban migration, where every young person coming from the village, the much resourceful that village is, you want to come to Nairobi for a search, or to those metro circles, metropolitan towns, that you come and search for a white collar job. But now with the COVID, COVID is somewhat trying to tell us, you can go back there to your village, to your county, where you have resources. These resources may include there's plenty of rain, very resourceful land where you can do agriculture. So losing a job or getting unpaid leave is not the end of life, but taking it positively is a beginning of another life, which will be determined by your thinking capacity and all positively, or what you take, or which attitude you take on such things happening. If you take it positively, your things will be okay. So for me, I would say, we are in the country blessed with many resources where we can go there. You go to your village, start poultry farming, pink farming, you go start maybe arable farming, and if you can sort that small problem in that village, including maybe supply of wheat, or some even when you go to those other counties, like in some counties in Meru or Tharaka where they farm tobacco, go there, start it, and just focus on that. Our country is very rich and enabled to support each and everyone. The only idea is we all think of going to white collar jobs, where now we are being lied that is living in these metropolitan towns and now which have already been affected by this COVID-19 is the way of living. No. So if you get unpaid leave, you've lost your job. It's the right time to sit and strategize and think. Now the ball is on my court. What can I do? Should I run and start something else? Forget the mentality of I should be in this town or this big town of the country and walk there to a village and do something else there, which again, you'll support yourself, your family, the village, and the Kenya's economy itself. But the danger will be if you sit and take things normal and say, I wait till when things will be normal to move. Remember, as I keep saying, is time is only the resource that we have and which is democratically shared. This meaning today I will leave my 24 hours for a day of Wednesday and everyone live the same hours. But you have to count those hours, what impact they had in my own personal life. So for those who have lost jobs, for those who have closed the shops and there's no a reproof of opening the same, for those who are on paid leave, take it positively, think positive, and just begin. Go there, do something, open shops, or start farming, look for a business which will support you, and for sure, it's just a span of time that you'll see some other, you see people coming and witnessing how big you've done with this effect. Remember, post this, we will have another shop where we'll be analyzing what are this company fared in or how has it done. And we'll see there's somebody today maximizing in today's economy and not in negative way. You are selling what the people needs to do. So these are the entrepreneurs. There's somebody already making money from the masks. There's somebody already making money on maybe maximizing on other things that you don't know. So there's no point of sitting and resting and waiting things to be normal. You have yourself for things to be normal. Thank you.
Okay, is there a formula one can use to know the viability of which business to invest in? Because at the moment,
Yeah.
you may find, I'm hearing you say, oh, okay, you may go to farming, you may go and
Yes.
do this and that, but maybe they may not have interest in farming. And so, is there maybe a particular platform or where they can learn, like real estate is the best,
Yes.
and this is the reason why it is the best.
Sure.
Uh, Real estate is the best. Farming is the best. So, what formula should they use so that to ensure that even the money that they have in their pockets, they have
Yeah.
invested wisely?
Yes. Yeah.
So, eh,
Yeah.
kindly
Sure.
answer that question, because people you find people saying, "Oh, Nilianza, I started a business, but it has collapsed."
Yeah.
So, as an investment expert, when someone has money, should they just go and do whatever comes to their mind, or what advice do you have for them?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Margaret. One thing that for the time that I've been in the field of investments, and I can say something that I've been seeing is there is a lot of blind investment where because I think I have money, I can go and start a company in terms of competition because maybe I've seen this one friend of mine have done this and this is how he or she has benefited. And I say now can I go and invest? Remember, different people or entrepreneurs have different calling on their business. Someone will do shoe shining business and make it. Other people will have a chunk of money, maybe 50 million, 30 million, and wants to invest in a better and viable company. In all the matters in investment, might be in how big or small portfolio that you have. You need an advisor and an experienced one who is not biased to come and sit down with you. You have a write down way, and how can I work with you daily and see, or with this period of time and see you that you've grown. Is it business in terms of the real estate? You need an investment expert who has a wide knowledge of real estate to come and advise you where and which is the best place to buy that piece of land or to invest. And is it the right time to invest in the real estate? And is it paying you off? And if yes, how is it paying you off? Is it the time I go for a fund manager or investment company and lock my funds a period at maybe 10% or at 11% and wait uh, my man to pay me back? And why is this? You need to have an investment advisor or expert to come sit down with you and advise you. Do you want to go to agriculture? Yes. Is your land or your area where you want to farm supports what you want to farm, and where is the market after farming? Remember, one thing that is there is people are not, most of the entrepreneurs or guys are not planning the timings. Why we may plan today to start tomato farming, and in next 4 6 months we flood the market and it's all a wastage. Remember, you need to everything you do, you need to maximize and look when will be the best time of need for this, and how will be again will be the competition. Yes, we don't fear the competition, they say, but competition has to be there, that it helps you to plan ahead and sit down and they say, today we are June. September, some part of country will be need in that need of beans and so and so. So in my small parts of land where I'm doing irrigation, can I plant this kind of crop that I'm sure by September no one will be having the same. So I will sell it as the market is dictating the price that I should do. I can again over say this is what I can sell my product in. So all in all, the point is we need to have a financial advisor. You need to have an advisor who will work with you on one, and what are you going to do? There are many companies which train this. I know some companies doing the wealth management trainings where you can go learn all these the dynamics of this COVID, and they can tell you this is the best time and this is the time you should invest in this field. So sure, anyone who has the questions of this business, we can they can reach you, and we can freely recommend some institutions or some people who can assist you in that point of. Remember, as an expert in investments, I just wish to see I've worked you to a level that you can make a sound investment by yourself and you can assist that other person. And by so doing, we can bring our economy back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. The other thing I'd also like to add to what Isaac has also mentioned is that before you take your goods or services to market, it is also good to have a unique selling proposition. What will make you stand out as an entrepreneur? Because just because someone has started an M-Pesa shop and you also go ahead and start an M-Pesa shop, be sure it's gonna fall, because you're not unique. You have just copied. So by being by having the unique selling proposition, like what will attract that customer to move from there and come to where you are. The other thing that I would also like to add to what Isaac had also mentioned is you also need to look at your target market. The primary, who is your primary customer? Who is your secondary customer? If you don't get that one right, and your business, of course, is going to go down. You also need to also look at advertising means or channels that you can use also to take your business also to market. So, as we finalize, Isaac, what is your last? What are your last words
So,
that you'd like to share?
yes. So, for sure, Violet, I can say for the time that I've been in investment industry, I've seen we've heard people and or even corporate companies, circles, chamas, and individuals work in the line of investments. Matters concerning where to place your investment. Might it be, might you want to invest in liquidity or in real estate? That is, if you want to do your fixed deposits, you want to buy shares, stocks of certain companies, you want to buy, your own home for living, you want to go to vehicle business, reach at me. I'm willing to assist you, give you the viability of this. Let's get advantage of this time when things seems to be slow and not paying off. And this is the time that now you need to have a proper and sober advice on where to invest, looking to maximize post-COVID. And as a parting shot is a country of resources. We don't want to buy in the negativities of the post-COVID. We need to be strong. Like China, they are not strong. When you go to Shanghai, the business already is clicking on. The companies, they've opened the manufacturing industries and they are making the money. So let's not sit and say there's COVID-19 and I'm not able to do this investment or I have to wait. There's no time of waiting. The clock is ticking, life are going on, and your ambitions and your dreams will not sit with you and wait for you to deactivate when this is done. No, you need to eat today, to eat tomorrow, to wear and to work. But all this can be done by what you have. So thank you, Violet.
All right, all right. So, viewer, you've heard it from Isaac, and thank you, Isaac, for your sentiments. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly go ahead and do so. So tomorrow we are going to have guests from panelists from Africa who are going to share with us what they are doing in their respective countries to curb COVID-19, and it's going to take place at 11 a.m. East Africa time. All right. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate your time, and good luck and God bless.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Thank you.